Hello, I'm Mr. Dave Funk, the branch chief for the Strategic Asset Utilization branch. Our business is Enhanced Use Leases, or EULs. In my mind, this is one powerful tool that will keep us in the facilities business viable in the future. The revenue and consideration from these deals has the potential to greatly supplement the continued reduction of our facilities and infrastructure budget. We have made several video clips on EULs. My focus today is to discuss some of the challenges associated with developing an EUL. These include the importance of good communication, complying with the Environmental Impact Analysis Process, or EAP, or NEPA, the National Environmental Policy Act, and other approvals in the process, leadership support during the EUL process, and finally, the dynamics of a market and how that affects the EUL process. Communication is critical for the EUL development process. Effective communication is the key to achieving continuity and agreement on any unified project. Every person identified as a stakeholder must make a personal and professional commitment to initiate and participate in ongoing communications throughout the life of a project. It is especially important at the installation to ensure leaders are briefed regularly. The typical deal team is led by a program manager in our AFCEC Strategic Utilization Division. Stakeholders include the project manager from the installation, a major command representative, a SAF GCN legal counsel, an environmental representative from the installation, and an AFCEC environmental representative, public affairs, and any other functions or organizations as deemed appropriate. Weekly or bi-weekly meetings should be conducted with minutes taken and distributed to all the stakeholders. If decision makers cannot regularly participate, they should definitely arrange to have a trusted associate involved. Agreeing to pursue an EUL is not simply a decision, but a commitment to actively participate in the entire process. Once a project has been identified and vetted through the installation, include public affairs, both at the installation and at AFCEC early in the process, to keep the community updated. To avoid miscommunication and/or confusion, there should be only one point of contact at the installation and at AFCEC. Successful real estate transactions are all about location, location, location. And successful EULs are all about communicate, communicate, communicate. Speaking about leadership, they are key in the EUL process. Once an EUL opportunity is identified, to when it actually becomes a reality with a signed lease, is often at least a 2-year period of time. Obviously, the installation's leadership may change during that life cycle. Therefore, it's very important that the deputies and vice commanders at every level of the installation's leadership are properly briefed and involved in the project's development. Continuity is very important to avoid unnecessary delays that may potentially delay or kill a project that's on the fast track. Because every installation is experiencing real manpower shortages, it's not always easy to get buy-in at the installation level and maintain that support throughout the project. Continuous leadership support is key in an EUL. The market is a key driver for EULs. The timing of the various milestones during the life of an EUL is driven more by market influences rather than an arbitrary schedule developed by the deal team. This is especially true for energy EULs when a developer may be trying to take advantage of incentives that are tied to a specific expiration date. The good news is that AFCEC will conduct the marketing, the due diligence, the negotiations, and the coordination of staffing the project to the Secretary of the Air Force for approval. The installation will be required to provide data for analysis and take part in meetings to discuss the project and its progress through the process. The proof is in the pudding. Most successful EUL ideas have been brought to the attention of the AFCEC from the installation and/or the development community. At the heart of every EUL project is an opportunity for a developer to earn a reasonable profit. Understanding and recognizing the basic principle is important because it keeps us focused on moving a project along in a timely manner, especially when a market is changing. The old adage, time is money, is as true with an EUL project as it is with a project being developed on private land just outside the fence. Anticipating and meeting market demand in a timely manner is a challenge that must be met in order to successfully compete in an open market. So how do we get the most out of the EUL process? I think we'd all agree that recent budget cuts are something we'll be living with in the foreseeable future. One way to combat these cuts is to use the power of the EUL program to create a revenue stream to fund mission-essential requirements. In the past, we have accessed land because there were no alternatives to use the property. Now, an EUL may be the answer to foregoing accessing of property. We all know that most government agencies aren't accustomed to making money and being driven by the market. So shifting from an organization that only spends money to one that actually makes money is generally foreign to most government employees. That paradigm shift can sometimes be a challenge throughout the life of a project. Thank you for listening to this segment of the EUL 101 educational video series. Again, I'm Dave Funk, the Execution Branch Chief in the Strategic Asset Utilization Division. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to give me a call or shoot me an email. Thank you.